Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about how to find a supplier for your Amazon store. Now this is a super important step and you want to really take your time with this because a good supplier means a good high quality product. If you have a bad supplier, it's just going to take forever to get your product. You might not get the quality that you want and you are probably going to be going through a lot of mistakes. So let's go through all of this together and yeah, let's just get started. Alright, so I am assuming that you have already found your product. Now this is a step that you do once you've already found and finalized what type of product you want to be selling. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys right now. I'm assuming you already have a product in mind. So let's say for example our product is dog beds. Okay, so we are going to search here, dog beds. Now what you want to search is the first 3 to 4 words, which are called the main keywords or the main long tail keywords of the product that you want to buy. They will be the first 3 or 4 words of the product's listing on Amazon after the brand's name, and I will insert a picture here of what this looks like. So you want to basically copy that and paste it into Alibaba. So I'm searching dog beds for what about, oh, eco-friendly. This is interesting. Okay, dog beds eco-friendly. So as you can see here, it pulls up a list of products, and each of these products there is going to be a different supplier that is selling them. Now not necessarily that all of them are different suppliers, but normally they are just a bunch of different products and different suppliers are selling them. So what I would like you to pay attention to over here is the trade assurance and the verified supplier. Check both of these off so that you can make sure that your supplier that you are seeing has both trade assurance and is a verified supplier. You don't even want to waste your time with anybody that doesn't have either of these, so that's why I say just make sure to check that off. So a few things to pay attention here when you're going through the products is take a look at what they have as their minimum order. Take a look at how many years they've been selling for, which it says right here 2 years, 1 year, 2 years, etc. And once you have, you know, found a few products that you think are interesting, you want to click compare right here. So this is going to add them all next to each other so that you can take a look at them and compare the prices and compare what they look like. Now before you go through this, as you can see here, there's a lot of different types of dog beds that you can go for. So what could be helpful is if you have kind of an image of what you are looking for, because if I'm not too sure, then I'm like, okay, well, there's a circular bed, there's a, you know, rectangular bed, there's one with an opening and one without an opening. There's so many different options, so it's really good to have like an image for a reference of what you want so that you can refer back to it and, you know, be able to choose a product better. So I'm just gonna go through right here. I think this is interesting. 2 pieces minimum. Okay, I'd like to compare this. This supplier has been in business for 4 years and 100 pieces. That's not bad. Over here, this is pretty expensive, so I'm guessing this is a super high quality product. Now again, you want to keep in mind how much are you selling it for on Amazon, which we will go into that later on. So this, for example, for me looks very interesting. This looks really nice as well. $12 to $13. So you're just gonna go through and put in 20. So it says here you have a maximum of 20 suppliers. You're gonna put in 20 and you're gonna compare them. So as you can see here, when you click compare, it brings up all the information of each of these products, and it also brings up the name of the supplier over here. So you want to make sure that all these suppliers are the same, are different. So you go through all of these, and then, you know, once you find that all of these suppliers could be, you know, interesting, you think they could be a good supplier, you want to narrow it down to, you know, 15 to 20 suppliers that you're going to be contacting. So once you have all of these narrowed down and you have around 15 to 20 suppliers that you're going to contact, you're going to click on contact supplier right here, and you're going to send over these suppliers the same message, just copy and paste it. The message should ask how much the unit price is if you want to order, you know, a specific amount of units. So I would say maybe ask for 250 units. Ask how much the price is. You should ask how long it's going to take to ship these, to manufacture these units, and how long it's going to take to ship these units out to a specific postal code. You should also ask how much the shipping is going to be with both ocean and air if you ship it to that same postal code, and ask if they are able to do branding, if they are able to put your logo on it, and if they do customized packaging. So all of these questions are very important. You're going to have to ask them to your supplier, and I just suggest putting them all into one paragraph and just changing the name when you're, you know, sending out the message, so that it doesn't take up too much time to reach out to 20 suppliers. Now, before you get your responses back, make sure to cross out anybody that does not respond to you within 24 hours. And the reason I say this is because anybody that doesn't respond within 24 hours just means they are not a responsive supplier. They might take too long to get your product to you, and you might face a lot of issues with them trying to communicate with them. So cross out anybody that doesn't respond within 24 hours. That should already narrow it down for you. And then based on the responses, the customizations, ask them to send you some videos of the products. You know, just try to get as much information as you can to narrow it down to 5 suppliers. So you want 5 suppliers only. That's what you're narrowing it down to. And once you have 5 suppliers narrowed down based on the responses, based on the unit price, the customization, and all of that, then you want to order samples from these suppliers, and you want to assess these samples. So for example, if I have a dog bed as my product, then hopefully I have a dog, or maybe one of my friends have a dog, then I will test out this product and see, do the dogs like it? Is it plush? Is it bad quality? You know, have they, after they've used it for a week or 2 weeks, has it fallen apart, or is it still, you know, in good condition? So you want to really test out the quality, because if your product is bad quality, then you're just gonna experience a lot of returns. Keep in mind that Amazon puts their customers first. It's not you, it's the customers that are first. So if the customers experience any issues, then they will be able to leave you a bad review, they will be able to return the product, and you're just gonna be losing basically. And your listing, if it gets sales at the beginning, it's gonna fail later on. So quality is key. Make sure that your product is high quality. So another tip that I suggest is ordering the best seller of that product. So you need to order the best seller because clearly this is the best seller, so a lot of people are liking this, a lot of people are purchasing this. So you want to kind of model, okay, how is their packaging like? How is their quality like? You want to compare the quality of the best seller to the quality of the samples that you've gotten from your suppliers. So after you've done all of these assessments and compared the packaging, the quality, and the quality of the best seller, everything like that, after you've done all of that, then you settle and finalize on a supplier, and then you start placing your order from them. So that is basically the gist of finding a supplier on Alibaba. Now, a few tips that I have for you is keep your transactions on Alibaba. So do not send them any money through Western Union if they ask you to, through PayPal or any of that. And that's because you have your trade assurance on Alibaba, which means you are insured. So make sure that you keep all of your transactions on there, and also keep your communications on Alibaba. If you find a good supplier and you know you trust them and this is the supplier you're going to be dealing with, then you can start to maybe give them your phone number and communicate through WeChat or through WhatsApp for faster communications. But I just don't recommend giving out your phone number to 20 suppliers at the beginning, because it's just going to cause a lot of suppliers to be messaging you and, you know, basically harassing you on your phone. Maybe sometimes you'll get people calling you, so it's just not the best. Only give your phone number out to the supplier that you are finalized on. And the last tip that I have is ask your supplier if they have dealt with Amazon or dealt with sending to Amazon before. And that's going to make it a lot easier for you if they do already have experience with Amazon, because that way they'll know how to label the products, they'll know how to, you know, pack them and ship them out and everything like that. So it's good, you know, if your supplier has dealt with them before. That way it makes things a lot easier for you. And one last thing before closing this video is asking your supplier if they do DDP delivery. And DDP delivery means delivered duties paid. And the reason why I say this is the easiest way to ship out your items to Amazon without having to deal with a freight forwarder or anything like that. Now later on you are going to have to deal with a freight forwarder, but just at the beginning, especially for your first order, you want to minimize the hassle as much as possible. So the reason why I say delivered duties paid is because your items, if they arrive to Amazon with customs on them, Amazon is going to reject it instantly. They're not going to receive it, and it's going to go back to your supplier, and it's going to be very costly. So try to ask your supplier if they do DDP. That way it's a lot easier. If they don't, but you really want to go with the supplier, then just make sure they ship it through DHL or through FedEx or through one of these international couriers, so that you are able to log into the online portal and pay the customs once they arrive to the US. Alright, so that is it, you guys. These are all the tips that I have, and I hope this video was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know any suggestions or any other ideas that you guys have for videos, and I will make sure to film them and get them up for you as soon as possible. Also, don't forget that I have a course on how to sell on Amazon and how to get your business started called FBA Academy. We have like over 100 and something students on there. Like, we keep growing so much every single day, and I'm so grateful for that. So I'm gonna link the course down below. This has everything in detail, step by step, on how to start your Amazon business. I will also be adding more modules on there on marketing, on, you know, how to get your sales up and running, get your first sales and your first reviews and everything like that. I give you all the tips and tricks and the hacks on how to also save some money when it comes to starting your Amazon business. So I'm gonna have that link below, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.